Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul with SWAT Team Animal and Pest Control. This particular video is on bat guano removal, attic, clean out, insulation, and that's what us exterminators do too. There's feces up in the attic. If you have ground gray squirrels, if you have raccoons, that falls on a lower scale. But when it comes to bat guano, when it comes to pigeon dung, call them cousins. They went alongside each other when it comes to being highly toxic. You don't smell it in the air, but it's there. You can read various case law and even lawsuits, class action suits, corporations, 42-story buildings, New York City. People work there 20, 25 years. They retire. Then what? Then they pass rather quickly after they retire. I don't know if I can pronounce it, but Hiptoplasmus. It's a disease that bat guano gives off. It gets in your lungs. There's a film in there. Pigeon dung, highly toxic as well. You don't smell it. You're breathing it every day. Going to work for 8, 9, 10 hours, doing overtime. You don't know you're taking this stuff in year after year, month after month, decade after decade, and you die. So bat guano, highly toxic. It comes from the mammal bat, 2 species in the Garden State, New Jersey. Little browns, big browns, mainly congregating in the Rockaway Township area, Morris County area. True story, a few years back, this is 2020, a few years back there was a couple, and the husband woke up and the wife had passed. She was bit. We call it bumping. They have razor sharp teeth, the mammal bat, little brown bats. They bump you. They nick you. They're out of their sphere. They bite when they feel flesh. And it's just a small nick. You wake up in the morning, you're brushing your teeth, you dismiss it. There's blood on your arm. Bats could be carriers of rabies. They could be rabid, just like a raccoon out of their sphere. You see a raccoon during daylight hours, people call us. I see a raccoon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What does that mean? It means that there's a good likelihood that that raccoon could be rabid, have rabies. One bite can put somebody down. So the toxicity, bat guano, highly toxic. Pigeon tongue, highly toxic. After we do a successful bat exclusion, and here at SWAT Team Animal Pest Control, we give 5-year written guarantees. We don't blow foam and all that other stuff. We use a galvanized steel quarter-by-quarter wire, and we're able to give pretty much the longest guarantee in the state of New Jersey. I don't think any other companies want to come close to that, or we'll be putting them out there then. But sorry about that, guys, owners. But you want to really address, after you do your bat exclusion, your bat treatment from a company, you want to make sure, when they know that the colony is actually out. And just to let you know, a small colony can run up to 20 bats, little brown bats, big brown bats in Garden State. So you really want to address that. And especially for closings, nobody wants bat guano up in their attic. How could you tell bat guano? What does that bat guano look like? Good question. You have mice feces. We say it resembles black rice, easily detected. But alongside that, you would have to get up close. Like, I have to wear my cheaters. I'm even a magnifying glass. I'm almost 60 years old now, but you got to get up close on it. And what you'll see is the wings in the feces, the mosquito wings, the insect wings, because that's what they primarily eat. Little brown bats, 2-3 times their weight in insects. Mosquitoes is their carrier. We love it in July and August. They're keeping all of the mosquitoes off our 4th of July get together in the backyard, right? So sparkling in the guano helps you know whether you have mice up in your attic or bats. And remember this, like mice and rats come from the foundation. They work their way up, and considering 4 stages. Once it's up in the attic, you're pretty much in that third and fourth stage. Thereafter, it's downhill because the reproduction rate is rather high with these rodents, with these bats and birds and squirrels, flying squirrels, etc., raccoons, whatever you have in your structure. But they're going to come inside now. They feel comfortable in the unfinished area after a year, 2, 3 years. Now they're going to make their way inside, and that's the last thing you want. We're 24 hours, and I've been many a time gotten up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to go out and get a bat out of a house, especially where there's children. Could be detrimental to your health. So alongside our bat exclusion, we use one-way tunnels to where they exit and can't re-enter. There's sharp prongs on the end. We say that the one-way tunnel serves the eviction notice. On the other hand, after exclusion is done, what needs to be addressed is getting the bat guano out. So you have the bat guano. Now the urine from the bat, little brown bat, big brown bat in Garden State, New Jersey, is a whitish. So some exterminators might miss it when they're calling pigeon dung bat urine. So the bat urine, white, sparkling, the insect wings in the feces of the guano, and that will help you to really get a good yes, an affirmative that it is in fact bat guano. And you want to make sure, we do a lot of bat guano attic reinstallations. Been doing it for many years now, but you want to make sure that when you see that exterminator, I'm preaching to myself, when you go into the attic or the unfinished area, wherever that guano might be, and sometimes it's even outside the house, coming through those rakes on the side, you just hit the rakes and a whole clump falls down outside around the foundation exterior. But you want to make sure that the feces is dry. So, I was teaching one of my techs up in the attic. I took him along with me. This is bat guano. So we're here to do a bat guano cleanup. Now, of course, we don't want to do the cleanup because everything's been done, and there could be some what we call stragglers in the attic. And you don't want to ever block any rodent in it because you're going to have a terrible stench in your house. And that's why we started the sanitize, disinfect, deodorize some years ago. Eucalyptus, lavender, and citrus works rather well. But we also still use this product to flush the bats out after we do our treatment. If you go to Google squirrel removal NJ, you'll see a video where the squirrels are just darting out. Why? Because before we leave, we like to shoot that eucalyptus. It brings down the level of toxicity in the feces, as well as giving our treatment a quicker fix. Because who wants to have these rodents in their house? Especially ground gray squirrels. They chew through wood like butter. They can even chew through wires. So bat guano, we take that all out. We sanitize, disinfect, deodorize. We do not use wet vacs. We don't vacuum. We do it old school. We get down in there and we use the brushes. And we brush that guano off, spray it down again, brush it down again. So we're actually cleaning the wood and reinstallate then. And then again, for the second time, we also give it another dose of our eucalyptus. And we also shoot that throughout the whole house, the ducts, the vents on every floor, lightly on the baseboards of the house, because you want that fume, a good fume in there, so it gets into the unfinished areas to give your bat exclusion a faster reaction and a successful treatment. So we offer 5-year written guarantees on our bat exclusion, just to recap, and also we do the reinstallation, whatever it calls for. We'll even step it up for no hidden cost to charge for a better, more thicker. If it goes to the beam, that's when you know that's the specs for your R13, R15, R30. It could jump up to that, but we go along with the specs. We'll even go a little thicker if it calls for it for the installation. And usually same-day service. If we roll up at your house, we're not going to roll up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Don't worry. We'll get there late morning, and I'll have my guys, 4 or 5 guys, known to have up there, sometimes including myself, and we will knock it out in about 3 or 4 hours. Nice and clean from the attic down, putting the plastics down. Very neat and very professional. We're here to serve you. Our northern state number is 973-388-9126. For Central Jersey and the Jersey Shore, that number is 732-664-5667. For Staten Island, New York, or Rockland County, New York, that number is 845-770-4224. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day and great evening. Stay safe in this pandemic, and God bless. Bye-bye.